Dun, 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 dun. Like like my buddy used to always say, good evening to the good people as well as the bad people. Welcome to Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. With your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. I don't have any bad news to announce tonight, so all I have to announce is, of course, Janet Jackson's birthday was it not Thursday? Was it Friday? One of those days. But anyway, we're going to play some Janet Jackson music tonight here on Bedtime Stories, as well as foreplay in our last hour. Four songs by one of your favorite artists or groups, male or female, as well as who did it best. Same song, different artist, right here on Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep. As we kick it off with Brian Babyface Kenneth Brian Edmonds, also known as Babyface. That's what I meant to say. Here's Sunshine on Bedtime Stories. Oh, good evening, everybody. Mm, glad to have you with us. Mm-mm. Henry Cooper, Deron Williams, good evening, gentlemen. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. And of course, in the background, my biggest fan. Ha ha, ha ha ha. So, did you guys have a good weekend? Hopefully, you did. Mm, potatoes. May 16th. So, that was Saturday that she had a birthday. Okay. All right. Okay. She made 60 years old. Don't that make you feel old? You got to think. We watched Janet grow up on television, on Different Strokes, on Good Times, everything. We watched her grow up. 60 years old. That is all right. Janet is like her own person, you know? Even though she's a member of the Jacksons, she is her own person, and that's for sure. Yep. She denied being. Have you heard the Temptations of David Ruff and Eddie Kendrick's diss track? No, you didn't make it all by yourself. All right. Mm. Let me pay attention. The ladies love Greer with bedtime stories. He has a stretch of highway named after him in Indianapolis, Kenneth Babyface Edmonds Way. That, of course, Babyface. The name given to him by the great Bootsy Collins. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Good evening to Henry Cooper and to Deron Williams, who are usually always first in the chat room, and I appreciate it so much. Thank you, gentlemen. Once again, it is Janet Jackson's birthday, so of course she's going to be in foreplay, but throughout the night, I'm going to throw in some Janet music. I mean, if that's okay with you guys, all right? Well, right now, we're going to throw in some OJ's music. This is I Want You Here With Me on Bedtime Stories. Ooh, excuse me. Excuse me, pardon me. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. The same way. Talking Gonna include me.
Trump appears to struggle with stairs during China trip. U.S. President Donald Trump and Chinese President Xi Jinping met in Beijing for high-stakes talks focused on trade, Taiwan, and tensions in the Middle East.
Beijing.
But a brief pause while climbing stairs at the summit venue drew attention online. Video from the summit showed Donald Trump slowing while climbing stairs alongside Xi Jinping, before briefly stopping, as Xi appeared to place a hand on his back. The moment intensified renewed scrutiny surrounding Trump's health and stamina after recent online criticism tied to Oval Office footage. The summit later concluded with a formal state banquet attended by senior officials, including Pete Hegseth, Scott Bessent, Marco Rubio, and Stephen Miller. During remarks at the summit, Xi emphasized cooperation between the two nations while warning against escalating tensions. The people of China and the United States are both great peoples. Achieving the great rejuvenation of the Chinese nation and making America great again can go hand in hand. she said. She also cautioned that Washington's approach toward Taiwan could risk sparking conflicts between the two global powers. Trump struck a notably warmer tone in public comments ahead of the closed door discussions, repeatedly praising the Chinese president. You're a great leader. Sometimes people don't like me saying it, but I say it anyway, because it's true, Trump said. It's an honor to be with you. It's an honor to be your friend. Trump added that the relationship between China and the US is going to be better than ever before.
Come to me. Good evening, Miss Ingram.
A little magic for your dreams. Good night.
How are you, Miss Ingram? I'm doing well. Doing better than most. Hay, hay fever and sinuses? Oh no. Hate when that happens. I've been coughing all day. I don't know if it's hay fever. I don't know if it's, you know, it's like sometimes I just, have a coughing spell, as it were. And then I'm okay after that. And by the way, it was good to finally meet you face to face on Friday. Only got a chance to talk to one of Chris's daughters. That was the youngest one. So, Yep, the reception that I got from the oldest one was kind of chilly. So, but that's okay. I wasn't there for her. I was there for him. While the youngest one appreciated me, the oldest one, not so much. But that's cool. Everybody grieves differently in their own way. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad everybody enjoyed the music. I wasn't trying to overpower, by playing, some line dancing. It just wasn't, know. The LJs and help somebody please. Right here, bedtime stories. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Hello to Miss Ingram. Thank you so much for being on my live. It was good to finally meet you face to face on Friday at the homegoing celebration for our own Chris Bass, also known as Chris Green. The only thing is, no one explained why he used the word or the name Green. Well, uh, he was a member of, I want to say, not BMI, but he was in AFTRA, and there was already a Christopher Green in AFTRA, whom I believe is an actor. So he chose the name Chris Bass. So, not to be confused with Chris Green. So there you go. And nobody, of course, explained that. Like, what? And it was like one person went to the hospital to see him, and they're like, "Yes, I'm looking for Chris Bass." And it was like, "There's no Chris Bass here." Like, oh Lord, is he gone already? No, Christopher Green is here, but not Chris Bass. So rest in peace, my brother from another mother, with a voice so deep makes me sound like Mickey Mouse. He could have done Quiet Storm too. Here's the first of two in a row from the Force MDs. This is Tender Love on Bedtime Stories. Tender Love. Yep, nobody explained why he became Chris Bass. But I knew, and I wasn't asked to speak, and that's okay. It wasn't my show, I guess. And shout out to Pastor Donovan, who did an excellent job of speaking and praying and everything else. That's my man right there. But I expected a funeral, but they cremated him instead, and that was it. I wanted to be one of the pallbearers, but once again, wasn't my show. Pastor Donovan, that means a lot. Thank you, sir. Good night to you. Mm-mm. John Caldwell, what's going on, sir?
This is Mercy, one of Al's gals. Hi, this is Tracy T, one of Al's gals. This is Saria, one of Al's gals. You're listening to Al Greer, the Bedtime Stories.
John Caldwell. So, ladies and gentlemen, this Saturday I will be at Theater 47 in Park Forest. I got hired for a gig. How about that? I got hired for a gig. And it's going to be a few people that I'll be bringing out. So it's a concert and I'll be hosting it. That's right, people. I'll have a job. How cool is that? My ice keeps melting. Is that normal? Have a safe and wonderful evening. Thank you. You do the same, Miss Ingram. I can see my. That's funny. I can see all my posts tonight. Tears, tears. Mm, mm-hmm. Don't I know about a good night's cry? I tell you. Cheers from the Force MDs right here on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, Miss Ingram, thank you. Once again, it was nice meeting you in person. You know how you talk to people on Facebook? Well, on Friday, I got to meet a lot of people that I talked to on Facebook. Barbara Jean just laughed at me when she saw me. She laughed because she didn't know if I knew who she was or not, and I didn't. I've never spoken to Barbara Jean in person. I've always spoken to her on Facebook. So therefore, meeting her and meeting Miss Ingram was just it was it was a treat to finally, to see both of them. Also, Lisa London and everybody who showed up. Art Chat Daddy Sims, Monty DeShong, the list goes on. Leslie Taylor Moore, just everybody. It was just great. It was almost like a GCI kind of reunion of everybody who ever worked for GCI uh, or VON. That would have been me and Chad Daddy. Nobody from VON showed up. Gee, I wonder why. Anyway, never mind. Here's the first of two in a row from New Edition. This is Boys to Men on Bedtime Stories. Bubba. The song that Johnny Gill did not want to sing. He's like, I don't sing this bubblegum A song. He said, oh, well, I'm going to sing the hell out of it. And he did. Yes, he did. Sherry Yvette with his bass. Good evening. Hello, my work wife. Always good to see you on my Facebook Live. I appreciate it. Thank you. Woodrow. Yes, I'm watching reruns of Sanford and Son. Always been a big fan. I think they kind of mirrored my father and I's relationship. So, yeah. My dad always called me Big Dummy, too. Oh, good evening, my love. Mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Can you stand the rain? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Can you stand the rain? I need one of those booster seats. This is as high as this chair will go. from the Any Heartbreak album, Can You Stand the Rain, and Boys to Men from New Edition. Not to be confused with the group Boys to Men. I got a call from my former co-workers over at VON, and they were saying some of the lyrics to Boys to Men, and I said, Boys to Men, right? Oh, no, those are the lyrics to the song Boys to Men. Okay, I got it. Okay. Anyway, Miss Ingram, Sherry Yvette Withers Banks, thank you for being on my live. And everybody who's listening and or watching me right now, don't forget to share it on your page. All you have to do is where it says like or share, just hit share as hard as you can. And that way everybody else will see how funny looking I am. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Happy birthday to my nephew, Brandon. I don't know how old he made today. Isn't that shame on me, right? I should know that. Happy birthday, Brandon. Sorry I couldn't make it to the family den tonight. I had to drive my brother and my sister around. Mm, yeah, that's what happens when they have no one else to drive them around, especially when one of them has a car that's down and the other one can't drive. Can you imagine somebody that can't drive? I know, right? But anyway, shout out to my sister from another mister, Angie Martin Turner, who made this delicious dinner for me. I'm glad I ate it now because then a few hours from now I can lay down and get some rest, right? For last week's birthday girl, here's Big Maybell and mm, 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 mm. Thank you, Lamont. Thank you for the dinner, sister, who will be going out of town tomorrow. Now I'll be on house sitting duty. I said duty. Anyway. Mhm. And make him mine. Don't choke. Don't choke. Woo! Sorry. Mm-mm. Mmm. I think she puts a stick of butter in this corn. A whole stick. Not margarine, but butter. Mhm. Since candy. The best thing. Best thing since Reese cups, paydays, Butterfingers, all of that. And of course, Hershey's Kisses. The OJs on Bedtime Stories with your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Once again, Sherry Yvette Withers Banks, thank you so much for allowing me to do your music. I forgot how we met. You know how you've known somebody for so long and you forget when you met, where you met them. I know I used to watch her perform, and that's how I, became aware of her. But, you know, before that, I didn't know her personally. But after that, of course, yeah, became a working relationship. Anyway, happy birthday to. I didn't mean to dismiss that like that, but she's probably one of the sweetest ladies I know. One of them. Yeah. The other one, of course, her birthday was last week. Happy birthday to this sweet lady, Janet Demita Joe Jackson. Here's No Sleep on Bedtime Stories. We ain't gonna get no sleep. We ain't gonna get no sleep. Mm. Mm, 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 mm. We ain't gonna get no sleep. Mm, 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 gonna get no sleep. We ain't gonna get no sleep. Break it down. Mm, 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 pot roast with potatoes, green beans, and corn. Corn. What's up, sis? I was just talking about you. I was like, she must put a whole stick of butter. That's all I can taste in this corn is butter. Mm-mm. Hello. You're not. Mm-hmm. Oh, yes, I get so lonely sometimes. Janet Jackson, happy birthday, Janet, whose birthday was Saturday, as a matter of fact. How lucky is she for her birthday to fall on a Saturday? That's so cool. Hello to my sister from another mister, Angie Martin Turner. She wants to know what's Al eating tonight? Pot roast with potatoes, corn, and green beans. And it's all gone. I need to get some more water to wash it all down. Anyway, this is Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WBOE, the best of everything, WRLN Radio, and My Jam Radio. I think I need to check. More Bedtime Stories next. I know, right? And tell him Al Greer sent you. I don't know if that would get you in for free. I don't know. Just saying. Thank you, Sugar D. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. My sister's saying at least you get a good meal a couple of days a week. You're going to miss me for the next couple of weeks. Is that a threat or a promise? Which one is? She's going out of town because my great niece is graduating. So she and everybody will be gone, and I'll be house sitting, you know, with the cat. Anyway, it's your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. Like this one, they call him Captain Fingers, or just Rit for short. Here's Lee Ritenour featuring Mr. Phil Perry. I once had your love, and now I just can't let go. Once had your love, and baby. Had your love, and baby. Time that we share. I once had your love, and baby. Oh, right there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's it.
Prescription. Al Greer with bedtime stories.
Eat more chicken. All right, the last one. Good night, everybody. If you'd like to get on the good night list, all you got to do is go to Facebook. Ouch. Same song, different artist. I once had your lovin', and now I don't know how to act. It should be but a brother Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep with the greatest love songs of all time. We give you an idea of how clumsy I am. Just turning on the mic, I stubbed my finger. When I was a kid, I remember waking up one morning and I'm walking through the living room of our house. We lived in the basement of our my grandparents' house, and I had a fish. And for some strange reason, I don't know how I hit it, but I hit the fish bowl, and the fish bowl fell on my toe, on my left foot. Did my parents take me to the hospital? No, just bandaged it up, and it just healed that way. Like it looks like a flap of skin is just sitting on top of it, but it doesn't look bad. It looked like it was stitched back together thanks to my mom. But that's how clumsy I am. So yeah, be careful, guys. Be careful. Anyway, I had the pleasure of being with the Manhattans a few weeks ago, and I asked Gerald Austin which was his favorite song by the Manhattans, and he said, "Well, all of them were my favorites. Shining Star gave us a platinum album, but it was this one because he says." There's no me without you. You got that right. You're the Manhattans. Mm-hmm. 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 No. Boom, boom, boom. Without you. That's why you walk so funny. Ha 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 ha. No, that's not why I walk so funny. I had an accident. That's why I walk so funny. Not because I dropped the fishbowl on my foot. That was a long time ago. We were on 47th Street, 47th and Champlain. The fishbowl. That was, please, I was like 8 or 9 at the time. Yeah. And it never healed right. It healed good enough for me to run and walk funny. I figured since I can't get to the nail shop, I can just make them look presentable, you know? At least try to, right? That's a little better. That's a little better. Let's see if Kimmel's going to be live tonight, if it's going to be another rerun. So I played Gerald's favorite, and I played my one of my favorites. That's not part of the show from the Manhattans, right here in Bedtime Stories. With the peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer, it's a pleasure to see him and Russell Tompkins Jr. from the Stylistics, as well as the other Manhattans as well. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. Of course, coming up at the top of the hour, it'll be time for Foreplay, featuring the music of Janet Jackson. But right now, who did it best? Was it Anita Baker or the original artist? We're about to find out. Here's Mystery from Anita Baker on Bedtime Stories. Spot and do back. Oh, never mind. Mystery. Dawn of time, the mystery never ends. We try story.
He's the love with your prescription. Al Greer with bedtime stories.
Whisper in the wind. And the mystery never ends. As much as I love Anita Baker, just love her, she did some justice to that song. Mystery, the Manhattan Transfer, and of course, Anita Baker. The song, of course, written by Rod Temperton, who wrote all the songs for, the majority of the songs for Michael Jackson's Off the Wall album. Yep, he, he was a songwriting something. He also wrote songs for Heat Wave as well. He wrote or co wrote Always and Forever. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories, the show designed with the lovers in mind, where we put you to bed, but never to sleep, with the greatest love songs of all time. Here are the whispers. I hope so. My life equals you. Mm, mm. Time for some more ice water. Mm.
It's hundreds of years old. And this is the question Trump asked the translator to ask. No, Mr. President, we don't bring any of the other leaders here. Just you. You're the only girl for me, okay? It's so embarrassing on these trips. Give that man a parade. He'll give you anything you want. And President
Come on,
Xi,
fellas, listen, I can understand you being angry, but you know, please change the
the U.S. was declining for the last 4 years. And he said what President Trump has done in the last 15, 16 months has been virtually a miracle. He said we have the hottest country anywhere in the world. He said that, huh? He said we're the hottest. That's so cool. You should give them all our farmland for that. There were no major deals or agreements made on this trip to China. As far as what Trump gleaned from his time spent with the Chinese president, basically this. What I say about him that if you went to Hollywood and you looked for a leader of China to play a role in a movie, central casting. Central casting. You couldn't find a guy like him. Even his physical features, he's tall, very tall, and especially for this country, because they tend to be a little bit shorter. Is there anything else that you learned other than that he's tall? I love watching his mind at work because he's talking, he thinks of something that he definitely shouldn't say. He circles around it, then there's a little pause, and out it pops every time. If nothing else, this man that we call president is a creative genius. I came up with a new name. I don't know if I should. Oh, I know which one it is. Democrats. Because they're dumb. They're dumb. It's D when they got rid of the B. So you're only changing one letter, right? He goes and the U comes. So you take up more space in people's heads than any one person on the face of this earth, right? You live rent free. I was talking about a guy, Hakeem Jeffries, is a very low IQ individual, and I talked about him. He's a dumb guy. He's a Democrat. I said, oh, what a great name for this. It's so great. It's a really great name. I can't believe it only took you 11 years to come up with that one. What a privilege it is to get a look inside that incredible brain. To learn how he comes up with these wickedly sick birds. Walk us through how you came up with Meatball Ron, sir, would you please? One of the many Democrats on Trump's list is James Tallarico, who is somehow polling neck and neck with Republican candidates for Senate in Texas. So Tallarico went for tacos with Obama last week and ordered a breakfast taco, which has eggs but no meat in it, which was just another opening for our diabolical commander-in-chief. The Democrats have a weird candidate. 6 genders. A real hit on Jesus. I mean, this guy has made news. This man's from relatively recently. He's a vegan. All of a sudden, he's not a vegan. He's a vegan. Now, all of a sudden, he's in Texas. Doesn't like vegans. Vegan. It rhymes with Reagan. That's how normal people say the word, right? Vegans are people who don't eat meat.
Hey, mate.
And then the president got back. Posting crazy things. The AI Ayatollah reposted a whole bunch of swap. He posted an image of himself walking with a handcuffed extraterrestrial. Why, we don't know. All we know for sure is that the alien appears to be doing CrossFit. He's in very good shape. Senator Mike Lee, another Trump zombie from Utah, reposted that photo and wrote, "Not sure what this means, but I'm here for it." I'll tell you what it means, Mike. It means the guy with the nuclear codes is out of his goddamn mind. That's what it means. But we're not here there for it. He's there for it. Trump also posted about how young he looks. He said President Trump ages in reverse. Like, you're not aging in reverse. Wearing diapers does not mean you're aging in
Oh, yes. You got that right. Walking on cloud number nine, I tell you. And everybody thought Cloud Nine by the Temptations, switching gears here, was a song about drugs. Cloud Nine, you ain't got no responsibilities. Oh, anyway, it is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al. We're in about 17 minutes. It'll be time for foreplay. That song was written by a guy by the name of Gary Taylor. Just gets better with time. Gary Taylor also did this song. Here's Tease Me on Bedtime Stories. What to do? When it's you. Hey, baby, tease me, put me in the mood. Mm. That is my favorite part of the song. Craig T. Nelson featuring Denise Stewart and Quality Time right here on Bedtime Stories. Just ahead of Foreplay, Quality Time. I used to play that all the time when I was at GCI. That was one of my favorite songs. Of course, they made me stop playing it because my boss didn't know who it was. He had never heard of Craig T. Cooper before. He heard of Craig T. Nelson, but that was Coach, right? Here's Prince by request. Mm, 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 mm. car right outside, babe.
We don't get out very much, but we hide behind cartoons.
That's our good one. 28 seasons of South Park. That is. And I say this to people all the time because, it's really, to be on, to do that many shows and to still have the show be great every week shows that, first of all,
every week, but
but the highlights are so high and the show is so solid all of the time. It shows that you guys really do still care, right? I mean, you do not mail it in.
No, I think we do. I think we do care. I mean, we still do everything ourselves the way that we did, So it's like, it really is like, when we're doing a new season, it's like we're the band going in to make another album. We don't know what's going to come out. And after like 30 years, I mean, a lot of the same people that we have done the show with for 30 years are still there doing it with us. And so it is just like, we should have like 2 years in just hired writers and collected a check, but it's like we have to go and
once you figure it out, you just kind of have to do it the same way.
Yeah.
But there was some Comedy Centrals in the beginning. That's right. All there. We started the same. We all started on the same. We started within like 2 weeks of each other. I was on When Ben Stein's Money, and you guys started South Park, and I remember it so well. I just remember you guys being kind of like timid, as I recall.
Yeah.
Right?
We're still timid, but it was a long time ago, and we're still just doing the same crap.
I think we're here.
It's the same thing. We're still doing the same crap.
I admire that you're still doing the same thing. I really do. And I feel like that for me, that time and when the show first started was like, I went to college, but I didn't really go to college. Like I was going physically in college, but not actually learning anything or studying. That to me, it felt like college to me. Did you have
what, Comedy Central?
Yeah,
that was the best. Like it was cable television. We were the outlaws. You know what I mean? That was the other thing you could do. Crazy, we're all sitting here. The stuff you've done now, we're the guys sitting here. We're old guys. We're old guys. We're doing this, but
I don't know if this is from the internet, and I thought about it for a while. I tried to figure out if it's true or not. Even if it isn't true, it's pretty amazing to see this. You are the 2 wealthiest comedians in the world.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Don't you think Medea, isn't he richer than us?
Tyler Perry?
He's kind of a comedian.
Well, I don't think you categorize him as a comedian. Tyler Perry might be richer than you.
Trump is a comedian.
Well, yeah.
He's definitely richer.
Yeah. I was thinking like Seinfeld, maybe.
Yeah. He's probably.
But if you didn't have to split the money, one of you would be the richest one.
Yeah, we talked about that a lot.
Yeah. One of you must have just a little bit more money than the other one, right? Why is that you have a little bit more?
He's more responsible with his money.
Yeah, which is terrifying.
He's a better investor.
Well, on that subject, I want to ask you about your restaurant up in Denver.
Yeah, so that's we should have been richer, but we did a restaurant in Colorado. Yeah. We would have been the richest comedian. Yes, if it wasn't for Casa Bonita. We decided to buy a restaurant.
I think this is something I would do. That was my first thought when. Let's show some of the video of Casa Bonita. This is your restaurant.
This is our restaurant in Colorado.
As kids, you loved this place, and you saved it from bankruptcy. It was going out of business.
Yeah.
How much did you pay for the place? Do you mind saying?
A lot. Like, we thought it was gonna be around $7 to $8 million, and it turned out to be like 50. But it is going really well, and we think we might make our money back sometime, like 2040. We're almost breaking.
Welcome to Satisfaction. It's a complete stop. Thank you for flying, Prince International. Where? What? It's interesting to hear Prince back then and then now. Well, not really now, but some of his recent work. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio DB Chicago, WRLN Radio, a Ray Neal media station, WBOE, the best of everything, and of course, My Jam Radio. At least I think I am on My Jam Radio. I haven't been able to contact Mike Brown. Mike Brown, give me a call, man. Give me a call if you're still up.
Puts the soul in Southern Soul, and he always delivers. The Mailman. And thank you. Available on all download platforms and heard exclusively on WOSD.
Happy belated birthday to the mailman from all of us here on Bedtime Stories. She was the 10th and youngest child of the Jackson family. She starred in multiple TV shows such as Good Times, Different Strokes, and Fame. Good Times, she was Penny, and Different Strokes, she was, what was her name in Different Strokes? But I do know she played Todd Bridges' girlfriend. And Fame, of course, she was Cleo. But we know her when she signed with A&M Records, and they assigned her to Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. The first thing her father said was, "I don't want my baby girl sounding like Prince." Well, it was the Prince sound that pushed her over the edge. It cemented her as not only a singer outside of her brothers, but as a sex symbol, like in the movie Poetic Justice. So tonight we feature in Foreplay. We might be playing some more of those songs from Janet Demita Jo Jackson. Here's Moist on Bedtime Stories. That's what I meant. Everybody done gone to sleep on that.
I don't know, maybe some of your viewers don't even know that.
We're just, my daughter didn't know. Yeah, she's like, Daddy, whose voice is that? And I was like, honey, there's a Fantasy Island. You've never seen Fantasy Island? I was like, oh yeah, I guess I've never shown you Fantasy Island. So I'm like, and I was like, no, there was this guy from Bay Villages. It was amazing, and they would do Fantasy Island. It was like one of the first impressions I did as I think I was like 9 years old. But yeah, I was just like, that was really funny. It's like, oh, that's your JD Vance impersonation. Yeah, I've heard that.
It's so true. And it's so funny watching him try to process whether he's going to try to be cool about it. You know, oh yeah, that's funny because he loves South Park and he's like, oh, now they're making fun of me and a tattoo and I don't know why.
It was just going to be a one-off joke, just this joke about Mar-a-Lago being kind of like Fantasy Island, and we're like, oh yeah, we should have him be tattoos. It's going to be one shot, and we all just loved it so much, and we loved him as a little character. They're like,
sometimes it doesn't make sense, but it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah,
just go with it anyway.
We think that's good for another 27 years. we actually brought, so we did in that season of South Park, you know, we did a deep fake of the president. I got famous, and so we actually brought our deep fake AI rig to show you how we did Donald Trump's wiener in the show. And so very sophisticated technology. Here it goes. This was actually it, right here. This was how we did. This is how we did. That's an actual foreskin. Donald Trump. And so for the show, we just put it on like this. And there's this little guy. Can you believe we did that? I think you're being generous. I got one. We did that for our shirt. That was about $300 million.
If he doesn't burn down the Smithsonian, I hope that winds up in one day. So when will the next season of South Park arrive?
Go ahead, guess. September 16th.
September for sure. Let me see. That means you guys will start working on it on September 15th?
12th. September 12th.
Okay.
Yeah. We'll go back to work at like the last week of August. Yeah. But we'll only go for a few hours a day. Or like, you know.
Yeah. My brother, from time to time, works with you guys on the show. Yeah. And he told me a story about you, Trey, and about you have a daughter, about your plan if you ever had a son. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, he's known me for a very, very long time.
I love this story.
Yeah. He knew that I was like working on, because I just started making some money off of South Park. And I was building a thing I was collecting Spider-Man stuff. Because my plan was, if I had a son, I was going to name him Peter. Right? And which I wanted to do because I really knew that then by the time you got to be like 12 or 13, you'd be like, Dad, did you name me Peter Parker because it's Spider-Man stuff? So that I could just be like, it's time I told you. And then could go unlock this whole thing in a basement, have the suit there and everything, and be like, "You are Spider-Man." Just to see how it works. But then luckily I had a girl. I'm very happy.
And your daughter's on the show sometimes, right?
Yeah, she's been doing voices since she was 2.
Wow.
Yeah, she's really good. She was 2. Yeah, now she can do voices, along with the other kids. Like she's friends with Stan and Kyle and all that stuff.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, maybe you just will pass this show off to your children in like 100 years.
We'll be doing it in 100
You'll still be doing it?
Yeah.
Can I touch President Trump's sports?
Yeah.
Play with Al Greer on Bedtime Stories.
Everybody done fell asleep on me. Oh well.
Night times just got better with the original Peanut Butter Brother. That's what we call him. Al Greer and Bedtime Stories on WOSTRadio.com.
Mm. Majority of her songs were written by Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. Gave her her signature sound. Albums like Demita Joe, which is her nickname, or I'm sorry, her middle name. Discipline, I mean, just she was a star from the beginning at age 7 when she performed with her brothers at the review at the MGM Grand Casino. Yep, it was. She was destined to be a star. Her first album was released when she was about 15 years old. It was produced by Angela Winbush, Renee Moore, and Bobby Watson of Rufus, and Leon Silvers. It did absolutely nothing. So when she got away from you know who, meaning Joe Jackson, That's when she signed with Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis. And the rest was history. I was watching an interview where Reby was saying where everyone slept. They had the girls slept on a let out couch in the front room, and that was Reby, Latoya, and Janet. Janet slept right up under Reby. Jackie, Marlon, Jermaine, Tito. Tito and Jermaine slept in the bunk bed. Michael and Marlon slept in the bunk bed. And Jackie, who was the oldest, he slept on the top. They had like a triple decker bunk bed. There were only two bedrooms in the whole house. So when Randy came along, he had to sleep in the bunk bed with Jackie. It was a very small house, and I saw it. I was like, oh my God, all these children grew up in this house. And of course, it was two bedrooms, the bedrooms for the boys, and then the machine or what can I call it? Yeah. Where the babies were made was the room where Catherine and Joseph slept. How about that? Anyway, happy heavenly birthday to one of the original members of the Spinners, Purvis Jackson. Happy heavenly birthday. Here's Tony, my love. Ba-ba-da-bum-bum. Mm, 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 mm. Awesome. Tony, my love, you don't know what you're doing. Get love. Tony, my love, it's you you're really fooling. Speak clearly, never win. Come on, Purvis, cut him. Your mother telling her how I've been wrong. In a minute, I'm drink down the way home. What kind of girl she is, y'all. Don't get down. Yes, you should really feel it. Giving. Tony, my love, you don't know what you're doing. Never win. What you doing? Get better. Tony, my love, you're really fooling. Giving. Tony, my love. We belong together. Heaven. We belong together. Love forever. Together. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. Can't get no rest. Oh, I'm gonna Well, I spent all that day to not to go somewhere. While I was waiting, and I found she was there. What they should do. Been down too long. But don't just can't stop it. From another day. Can't just 12:45. I took my time, not far away. Could see her face. Against people play, not all day, they're just not watching what they should do. Been down too long, right, wrong, I just can't stop it. Spending all day, thinking just a mm, 12. Games people play, not all day, they're just not matching what they should do. Been down too long, right, wrong, I just can't stop it. Spending all day. Music people. 12:45. They would lose their minds when he would do that part. 12:45. Which gave him that nickname, 12:45. Purvis Jackson. He was with the Spinners from the inception of the group, from 1954 all the way to 2008, when he fell ill. Mm, I tell you, most groups, they don't stay together long, but the Spinners, yeah. I think there was only one Spinner that actually left, and that was Felipe. But the rest of them, they stayed till the end. Purvis did that. It is your peanut butter brother, Dr. Al Greer. This is Bedtime Stories. The show is the show designed with the lovers in mind. I know it's getting late. That's what it is. Let me play some more music. Here are the whispers. Do they turn you on? Doing. Do the turn now, do it. To your personality.
Putting you to bed, but not to sleep. It's Al Greer with Bedtime Stories.
I think I'm perspiring just a little bit. The Whispers and I Love You right here on Bedtime Stories. We're coming down the home stretch, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying up with me. And don't forget, donations are welcome. Yes, they are. Via Zelle at alpgreer at gmail.com. That's Al, P as in Paul, Greer at gmail.com. Also, I have a GoFundMe page. And no, no, it's not fraud. It's definitely not fraud. It's about paying some bills, ladies and gentlemen. It's about paying bills. That's the bottom line. Zelle at alpgreer at gmail.com. All right? All right. Send a few bucks. We'd appreciate it. So would T-Mobile tomorrow when the bill is due. Here's Will Downing from the CD Marvin is 60. This is You Show Love to Ball.
this is Dee Dee, one of Al's gals, and you're listening to Al Greer with Bedtime Stories on WOSD Radio.
Ooh, baby. Freeze. Left the ball. Well, that's going to do it for me, Al Greer, here on WOSD Radio, WRLN Radio, WBOE Radio, and of course, My Jam Radio. We really appreciate you listening. Hope you heard something that you liked. We'll do it again tomorrow, God willing, and the creek don't rise. Tony Bosley said Will Downing did this song right. A few years ago, he opened the show with it at the Horseshoe Casino. Yes, he did. Till next time, blue skies, green lights, and peace. Have yourselves a great night and the rest of your week. And like I said, we'll talk tomorrow here with Bedtime Stories. Good night, Monique. It's been a great weekend, right? Nighty night, guys. Nighty night.